Sup, everybody? Happy Super Bowl Sunday evening. It is over. The 2025-2026 season is officially ended. The Super Bowl is over. And just as I predicted, the Seattle Seahawks are your Super Bowl champions. Tonight, I want to talk about the Super Bowl, which just happened here. Wrapped up about 45 minutes ago. I just watched all the post-game festivities and some of the interviews and the podium stuff and all that. Tonight's game went very, very, very similar to how I predicted it would go. Besides the score being slightly different, the way that I saw this game going, it pretty much went exactly that way. The first half was a little sluggish, a little slow. New England all night could do nothing offensively, which, again, I kind of predicted that would happen. Seattle was slow, had some drives that resulted in some field goals, weren't able to really ever get it fully going. But at no point in the first half did I ever feel that New England was really close in this game. Not once. Not one single time. It was 9-0 at half. Go to halftime. Watch a pretty good halftime show with Bad Bunny. Come out the second half. And one of the things I talked about on Friday was I really felt like the difference of this game was going to be the ability to create complete and total havoc on Drake May. And that's exactly what happened tonight. Drake May was under pressure all night long. He had 6 sacks. He had a couple interceptions, a pick 6. This is exactly the exact script that I had on Friday. I said this defense is going to make life miserable on Drake May. They are going to get all kinds of pressure on him, which they did. I said that they could very much create a big defensive turnover, big touchdown score of some kind, and they did. It is exactly what I said, to a T. The only thing different was I said I thought it'd be 34-10. It was 29-14. Pretty close. I wasn't too far off on that. But it was domination. It was total domination from start to finish. New England did score a touchdown, or they scored 2 touchdowns in the second half, kind of late. Again, never really felt like it was that close. Seattle was just the better team from top to bottom. All 3 phases of the game tonight, they were the better team. In terms of Sam Darnold's performance, Sam did okay. He was right at 50% completion percentage. He was only sacked once. He didn't make any big mistakes. He kept it clean. He played. It was a very safe game plan, but he executed that safe game plan to a T. Sam didn't have to make big plays. He didn't have to be the star of the night. Jackson Smith and Jigba got hurt and took him out of there the second half. But he didn't have to do a whole lot. They knew going into this game, our defense is going to make life miserable on Drake May. And all you have to do is just get us into field position, get some good field goals for us, move the clock, move the ball, and we're going to be fine. And that's exactly what happened. And he executed that perfectly. He did exactly what he needed to do. Credit to Sam Darnold, man. I mean, Sam Darnold, what a journey this guy has had. What a story. Former first-round pick in that 2018 class, and never really, he had a rough go for the first however many years. Just didn't work anywhere. Bounced around from team to team to team. Went to Minnesota, had a great year with them. They move on from him. What a bad move that was in hindsight. They move on from him. He goes to Seattle, and now he's a Super Bowl champion. And it's remarkable. That is a remarkable story for him. Kudos to him. He never quit. He never gave up. For all the Colin Cowherd haters out there, Colin Cowherd has been a staunch, devout supporter of Sam Darnold, and it paid off. He's a Super Bowl champion. So it's a great story. It's an unbelievable story. It gives so many guys hope. It gives so many guys out there who aren't very good right now or had a really rough landing spot, and just didn't work out for them. They can still work out. If you just keep with it, if you find the right spot, if you find the right team, you can get it going, and you can save your career. And that's exactly what Sam Darnold's done. He saved his career, and now he's got a long journey ahead of him still as a Super Bowl quarterback who's had 2 back-to-back really high-level seasons. And again, it's just a wonderful story to him. Seattle, they ran the ball really well tonight. Kenneth Walker, potential future maybe chief. We'll see. Fingers crossed on that one. He's one of the guys that we're looking at potentially for next year. He ran wild, had a huge game, huge night tonight. Did have the one touchdown called back late that would have really set him over the top. I think he had, over 5 yards of carry all night long, 140, 50 yards. He balled out. He was fantastic. Did a wonderful job. Great game for him. Just fantastic. Again, they like 5 yards of carry. They ran the ball well. They created all kinds of havoc defensively on Drake May. Drake May did okay. Did a few things. Had a couple good throws in there. But this is just exactly what I thought. This game was everything I envisioned it would be. It would be kind of close to start, and going into the third quarter, we would start to see some separation, and we did. We saw the separation. Seattle pulled away. They took control of the game, and they didn't look back. They just didn't look back whatsoever. For Seattle, some changes are coming. They got Clint Kubiak, who's going to be probably leaving for all purposes to go to the Raiders, which sucks for the Chiefs. I would have liked to see them get maybe a crummier coach than that. They're going to get Fernando Mendoza, and they're going to get Clint Kubiak, so we'll see what happens with that. They still have ways to go, obviously, to be Super Bowl contender or anything like that. But, Seattle's going to have to find an offensive coordinator, 99% likelihood of that. So we'll see how that carries over. This will be another offensive coordinator for Sam Darnold next year. 3 or 4 straight years of that. So, be interesting to see what happens there. But a great year for Seattle. Great year for them. They looked really good all year long. They were strong. They were focused. They were energized. Just a really, really strong team. Really, really strong performance tonight. To the Patriots, Mike Vrabel, again, I will continue to, hammer my fist down and say Mike Vrabel is a fantastic top 5 level head coach in this league. And I'm not exaggerating when I say that. He's a top 5 level guy. I was talking to a Patriot friend of mine here tonight, a person I knew is a Patriot fan. And, we were kind of talking about the Patriots. And, I've said the Patriots, in large part, are a product of a very, very easy schedule this year. It just is. It is what it is. You have teams every year that they get a lucky break. They get a good schedule, and the Patriots did. And they got a really good schedule. They got a really lucky break. A lot of young quarterbacks, a lot of bad quarterbacks, a lot of guys who, they're just not great teams. And they took advantage of that. Mike Vrabel's a great coach, and he took advantage of that all year long. Kudos to him. Kudos to Drake May. Drake May had a really good year this year. But I said it, this didn't feel like a championship team, and they were not. They were not a championship team. Plain and simple. Also, kudos to the kicking game of the Seahawks. If it wasn't Kenneth Walker, I said Jason Myers has to be the MVP of this game. 5 for 5. Which I believe they said was an NFL Super Bowl record for most kicks in a Super Bowl made. So between those two guys, one of them should have got it. They gave it to Kenneth Walker. So it's not really a sexy move to give it to the kicker. So, it is what it is. But that is a wrap. That's a wrap on the season. Seattle Seahawks are your 2025 Super Bowl champions. Stays in the NFC, of course. The Eagles beat the Chiefs last year. And this year, the Seattle Seahawks defeat the Patriots. I'll have all kinds of thoughts about kind of recapping this season and videos ahead and talking about the future. We got, of course, the Combine coming up. We have the draft coming up. Starting getting some schedule talks coming up. We'll still have a lot of Chief Stadium talk to talk about. Even though it's the off season now, we got a lot of things that we still got to talk about and deal with moving forward. But tonight's game, like I said, tonight's game wasn't super compelling. I didn't think it was going to be super compelling. But again, it was a good game for Seattle. They played great. They played phenomenal all game long. And kudos to them. They are the Super Bowl champions. Also, before you sign off of here and leave, if you're still watching, I have a YouTube channel up. If you could give me a follow on YouTube, I would super, super appreciate it. It's at Devin Talks Chiefs. Give me a follow, subscribe. Costs you nothing. Just click that subscribe button, and you see the same videos here that you see over there, and I might put some new ones on over there too, separate from the TikTok stuff. So if you like what you see here, give me a follow. Hit me up on there. Love to see you help me expand my brand. So I'd really appreciate it. Appreciate all you guys. It's been a wild season this year. I don't know if I'll say fun, but it's been a wild season this year, and I still got a lot more to talk about. So thank you so much. Thanks for watching, everybody. Congrats to the Seattle Seahawks Super Bowl champions, and have a good one.